Canadians very much know about the more or less recent blocking of news content on Meta platforms Facebook and Instagram. And for anyone else wondering what's up, yes, you heard me right. Canadians can't access the news through social media apps thanks to the Online News Act passed back in 2023. But it turns out there's an easy way to get around that obstacle and many, many more by using a VPN. It's actually so straightforward. It should be the norm for anyone who doesn't want to be limited in their options. And it's also good if you're in a country that experiences any sort of censorship. Like every other country can access Canadian news outlets like CBC, CTV News, and international outlets like BBC or CNN via Meta platforms, while the citizens of Canada can't, which is wild. So there are a lot of VPNs out there that would probably do the trick to get you out of internet jail. But I typically stick to the ones that have effectively proven to me and my team that they follow through with what they claim security and privacy-wise, especially when using them for other much more heavily censored countries like China. Plus, you want one that isn't going to tank your speed, but I'll get to that in just a sec. Let me show you how it works first. Using Express, I've simply downloaded and installed the app. I need to sign in, and then here's the interface. It's very clean, sleek, doesn't have too much going on, not bulky whatsoever, nice look. So if you're currently in Canada, your IP address is going to show your phone or computer as being located in Canada. And we can change that by going to the search bar or this handy drop-down menu here and search for a different country. You can even go to specific cities, as you can see, but just to get out of Canada, we're going to choose another country. We'll pick a US server in this case because it's close to Canada. The further away, the more lag there might be, but the beauty of Express and say NordVPN, another recommendation, is that they have protocols to speed things up either way. Mexico would probably be a good pick too. Anyway, once you've clicked on whichever location you choose, click the big button here and you'll be connected, and that fast too. You could also get early game releases or simply protect yourself while using Wi-Fi. A VPN is basically the key to staying protected, informed, and opening up doors to other regions so you're not at the mercy of whoever is going to block whatever next. The reason why I'm using Express is not only because it's really just the best UX design if you want to keep things straightforward and clean, but they get audited. They literally have companies like KPMG regularly testing out their parameters to ensure they aren't just saying that they're secure. They really have passed all of their tests. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because you don't have to be a target for ad tracking or censorship or geo-blocking or whatever it is each jurisdiction does to prevent freedom of information. Express, and Nord for that matter, go above and beyond to make sure you stay anonymous and protected online no matter where you're located. Nord specifically has multiple features and protocols like threat protection to block things that you don't want, like ads or malware from coming to your device. Or they have the dark web monitor, which scans the web to make sure there's no info about you in places it shouldn't be. Like, these extra bells and whistles make it so you can really customize the levels of security in place, even though they're basically good to go once installed. And as I mentioned, speed really plays a factor in which VPN to get. Like, there's no point in trying to scroll Instagram news accounts if nothing's going to load properly. Express and Nord both have protocols to help keep your speed up, which are great for torrenting and streaming too. So Express's is called Lightweight UDP and Nord's is called Nord Links. So I recommend having those on when using the VPN so you can just operate extra smoothly. There's also Surfshark VPN, which is actually cheaper than both, but still holds up in most ways other than speed, which we've tested, and it's not as fast as Nord or Express, but Surfshark is also secure, and that price point might be what wins people over at $209 per month on the 2-year plan if you use the links in the description down below. Either way, a VPN like one of these is actually really inexpensive when you break it down. One VPN at a nominal cost per month is going to open up so many more online doors than having to, say, subscribe to multiple streaming platforms. And of course, you won't have to deal with the news being unviewable from Canada or any other location for that matter. So yeah, I think that a VPN is actually a super cheap way to have the internet at your fingertips, especially if you use the discount through the links below. I do go into way more detail about these VPNs, which you can also find in the links. So if there's something I didn't cover enough for you, check them out there. So yeah, don't get left behind by being uninformed just because there's a geo restriction on the news in place. Use tools at your disposal like VPNs, which can really broaden your horizon information-wise, or even when it comes to streaming or gaming or doing crypto, they're a lifesaver. So if you have any questions about anything I covered here, feel free to put them in the comments. The same goes if you have any other tips you want to share. We're happy to hear them. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.